Welcome back to Impact. I'm Barbara Brabetz here with your Science and Education segment. We get a twofer today. We have two visitors today. James, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Could you say your full name for the audience?
James Shultis.
Shultis. And Annina, welcome to the show as well.
Thank you for having me.
Annina Van Riper.
Yes.
Terrific. You're here because we have so much to talk about today, but it's to help make aware the Pride Center of the Capital Region. So before we get into the Pride Center and what it does, could you just tell us a little bit about each other? James, you first.
Sure. My name is James. I'm the youth program coordinator for the Pride Center, and I've been up in the Capital Region for about 3 years. I came on after doing a year of AmeriCorps after grad school. I was a community organizer for a long time while I was in high school and then also in college. And when I came up here, I really wanted to get more of a professional background and experience in the nonprofit world. So AmeriCorps was kind of my ticket in to really see what that world was all about and get that background.
Well, thank you for serving in AmeriCorps. I think that's a wonderful program, and I know it's a sacrifice to those who are in it, but I'm sure you got a lot out of it too.
Yes.
Where do you come from originally?
From New Jersey.
And then what was your kind of varied track to AmeriCorps? Where'd you go to school?
Well, as a young person, I grew up in New Jersey, and I grew up not really liking it. You know, I think it gets bashed, you know.
Poor Jersey.
Poor Jersey, all the diners and lots of roads. And so I decided to move across the country after I graduated high school and did a year out at Evergreen State College. And then came back because I missed New Jersey and New York a lot and that culture, and did my undergrad at Hunter College and then my grad education at Queens College.
So you're a CUNY boy.
Oh, yeah.
Does that mean we have to fight because I'm a SUNY professor? We'll fight to
I don't
the
know.
death. I
Is
think it's
there-
at least rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, to see who's buying lunch. And Annina, you're not quite done with your educational journey, but you are from Albany.
Well, I'm from China.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, I was adopted when I was 18 months, and my parents were in Pennsylvania at the time. Then we moved to Albany when I was 3-ish. But I've been in the area ever since, and now I'm 16 and entering my junior year at Bethlehem Central High School.
Terrific. Well, the reason why you're here is because you're both associated with the Pride Center of the Capital Region. So, James, I'm going to leave it to you, coordinator of youth programs, if you could please tell us what the Pride Center is and who it
Sure.
serves.
Sure. So the Pride Center of the Capital Region is celebrating its 43rd anniversary this year.
I got to stop you. That's amazing. 43
Thank you.
years.
We're the country's oldest continuously running LGBT community center. So LGBT stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. We also work with queer, questioning, folks that are experiencing gender discrimination, and harassment, everybody really that wants to be a part of this very supportive and inclusive space.
So you're an advocacy and support group for those with any kind of identity, really.
Yeah.
And for those who support those with those identities.
Yes.
Yes.
And our Center Youth program is one that I'll specifically talk about because it's really very comprehensive. We work with young people throughout the 10 counties that we serve. So that's a lot of,
real estate,
counties.
yeah.
And those are folks that are 13 years old through 24. We also work with families, kids that have queer parents, really everybody. And we work with students, teachers, administrators, social workers, parents.
So outreach to a 13-year-old all the way up to a 24-year-old, you're hitting middle school, high schools, and colleges, and then I would expect too kind of the social scenes that are out there, because not everybody, of course, goes to college. Annina, how did you come to find the youth center?
Well, I actually found it through my school's GSA. The president at the time, she was like, yeah, they have this awesome youth group night on Fridays. You all should totally come. So I was like, oh, okay. Because at the time, I was really questioning my sexuality. So I wanted some place to go where I could express my fears and concerns that I may have. And I thought it's a really, really fantastic program. And I definitely became more comfortable with not only my sexuality, but myself as well. So.
And so let's go back 43 years ago when your foundation was established. It was a totally different culture. the contrast is really fundamentally profound, because 43 years ago we had just had a really seminal moment in LGBT lifestyle. Could you go into Stonewall?
Sure. So Stonewall happened in New York City, and back in the 60s and 70s, it wasn't a great time for folks that were, gay, lesbian, bi. And so being able to have a space carved out was difficult, because a lot of folks were in the closet. People were getting arrested, beat up, killed because of how they identified or how they were perceived to be. So, gay bars and kind of hangouts were really important to meet one another. And Stonewall was one of those bars. And back then, a lot of them, bars like Stonewall, got raided by police officers. And
so kind of the cops would be in cahoots with kind of the intolerant majority of Americans, and they would bust the bars and arrest people and take some liberties, physical liberties with the patrons.
Yep. And when Stonewall happened, the night, there was a big raid, and folks fought back. They said, we don't want to take it anymore. We want to stand up and be who we are. And so there was a big uprising and coming together of people from all over the place, people that were LGBT and their allies. And so after that happened, there needed to be a presence. People that were gay and lesbian thought that having a presence in Albany, in the capital, to be able to talk to senators and legislators about, here's what we need to have happen. That's what happened. So.
And also another gathering area, excuse me, that wasn't necessarily around alcohol, to be able to connect with individuals. I think that that's critical too.
Yep. So the Pride Center came out of that, and it really started as a gathering space, like you said, for people to organize, to be able to make signs, and also to support one another through, being able to come out to their family. A lot of folks, decided to try and have that, heterosexual lifestyle, have the kids, have the wife, and they weren't being true to themselves, but were able to come out and say, this is who I really am. So having that supportive space was integral to the beginnings of the Pride Center. And back then it was called the Capital District Gay and Lesbian Community Council.
That's a mouthful.
Yes.
Pride Center, I think, gets the information forward just fine. So let's fast forward a bit and talk about some of the opportunities and programming that the Pride Center offers here, and then what's coming up in the future.
Sure. So we have not just our Center Youth Program, we have our Vintage Pride Program, which is for folks that are 55 and older.
I love it. Vintage?
Vintage Pride.
I'm closely approaching vintage. I hope mine was a good year.
So there's a potluck that happens every month, and a couple of other, kind of meetup groups that happen to support folks that are, in that age range, and that's great. We have our center support, which encompasses not only case management, so folks are coming in and they need help kind of navigating different things that are going on in their lives, or just having a person to listen to. We have people on staff to help them, and also have support groups like our men's group and women's group. And also Trans Pride, that's a part of that. And those are for folks that are gay or lesbian or transsexual, so being able to do that.
And
Annina, what really called out to you once you joined the group? Because you've been with it for a little bit of time now.
Yeah, I've been with it for 2 years, but officially on the Center Youth Action Team for 1 year now. And I think, going to the meetings on Friday really helped, and then they had this announcement about the Center Youth Action Team. And it focuses on, going to schools, teaching kids how to deal with certain situations, creating a safe space, which I think is really important, and especially to, I guess, kids like me who did struggle with their sexuality for a while or for a long time. It's nice to be able to go to an advisor, a teacher, someone they trust, and be like, hey, I'm dealing with this, and not feel so isolated and alone. So I think if I can help, just one person feel safe or comfortable in their own skin, that's a good day right there.
That is a great day. That's a terrific day. So coming up, we've got some opportunities for the public to avail themselves of the services of the Pride Center, but also for kids like Angie of her age, there are some opportunities in the future kind of pushed on into the next year or so.
Yep. So through our Center Youth Program, Annina talked a little bit about some of the leadership opportunities. So our Center Youth Action Team is something that we're looking to recruit high school students throughout the Capital Region that are either LGBT identified or allies that want to make a difference in their schools and in their communities. So that's a big portion of our Center Youth Program. We also have our youth groups that meet throughout the summer and throughout the year that folks can get involved with on Friday nights at the center, or also here at Proctors. We have our Rainbow Nights group that is every first and third Thursday.
Right here, just into open space.
Right here, and all of the spaces are always, safe, confidential. You can come as you are. There's no judgments, and so you can, come out. You can talk with other folks, and you won't be judged. Or, when you go out into the world, people won't say, "Oh, this is the person that came to this group." You can really feel safe to be whoever you are.
Great.
And Rainbow Nights is right in the downstairs space of Proctors in the underground.
How would someone get more information about these particular events, either in the Albany area or here in Schenectady?
So they can go right onto the Facebook page that we have or our website. So our website is capitalpridecenter.org. They can call our office. Somebody is always there throughout the week. And
Number there at the office?
the number is area code 518-462-6138.
Great, and we'll have that available on the screen as well. And what is the Facebook group that?
It's if you go facebook.com/Capital Pride Center, you'll be able to find it.
Just fine.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, and
Very
you can
savvy.
tweet us or YouTube us.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
we are socially that's you need
It's
to
youth,
be.
hello.
How are you going to be able to connect if you're living in maybe a rural space, and internet might be the way to do it. So
Those poor vintage guys will be the ones that have the problems with tweeting, but that's okay.
we do snail mail too.
So James, you went to college and you spent a lot of time taking classes about women and gender studies, if you will. We have scholarship opportunities that are available to youth that also participate in the program.
We do. Part of our Center Youth program is our Pride Center Youth Scholarships. We've been able to give them out for the past 4 years through generous donors that have been able to help found the scholarship. Joshua Dunning Powell has been great in really helping us implement that. This year, we just celebrated our 5 new recipients to our Pride Center Youth Scholarship crew. We had an event yesterday that was a riverside reception right on the Hudson River.
Lovely.
And we had about 70 individuals, including our recipients from all over the 10 counties that are looking at going on to school to study pre-med and law and music and English. So it's really amazing to see what they're interested in doing and what contributions they've already been able to give to us as young people.
And as young people, specifically, these scholarships have been open to seniors in high school
Yep.
who are ready to move on to the next step. And there's an application process, I assume, that starts sometime in the fall.
Yes. We
So-
start recruiting early. We do a lot of school visits with our Center Youth program and doing safe schools training and different things. So we try and connect as early as we can to let them know, this is your education, this is your future. Like, grab hold of it and do something great with it. So the scholarship is one of those opportunities. And we've been able to give out a decent amount of money each year for books or tuition or living expenses.
So if this strikes a chord with people who are out there, can they donate to the Pride Center for the scholarship program?
Yes.
And is it tax deductible?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
We're a 501c3. I mean, we really can't do it without people in our community that really help support us in whatever way that is, if it's through getting involved through our scholarship program or helping fund another portion of one of our many, many programs. They can do that through our website or giving us a call.
That's great. Well, as an educator who is so happy to know that a program like this exists and that it's great. I'm very proud that it's been here in the Capital Region for such a long time. I want to thank you so much for being here. James Shultis, Coordinator of Youth Programming, Annina Van Riper, Advocate and Leader, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've been watching the Science and Education segment here on Impact. I'm Barbara Brabetz. Thanks so much for watching.
Proctors, bringing the best in arts, education, and entertainment.